think I'm actually coming up.
All right, cool. Should we switch you over? I'm gonna let you go. All right. President Arnold.
All right, guys. I think we've Kruger and Bubbles taking into the next game. I'll wait for Bubbles to get here, so I'll chat with Kruger. Welcome, Kruger.
Hi, how are you?
It's been
What the heck happened in that last game?
It's been a few upsets, mate. It's been a lot happening. So we see for the first time the Spartans in on red. We have Apex in on blue, and East Coast Lightning are on green. So, wow. So here we see the Spartans in their first game, and word on the street is they've been playing hard.
They have been playing extremely hard. The Spartans are definitely... Look, if you're the Spartans, you're definitely the team with a small chip on your shoulder. Yeah. You've always been right there at the top. And for all intensive purposes, this should be a team that should be winning major competitions.
Yes.
They haven't been able to do that yet. They haven't been able to surpass the Wolfpack dominance.
No.
So now, what's going to be interesting now is they've had access to this arena as much as Wolfpack have. So it's going to be very interesting to see what they decide to do to try and combat what Wolfpack do in this arena. So,
yeah.
But, you know, the cool thing with this competition is start throwing in mixtures of teams like Sharks and now the revitalised Maroons, who we'll talk about later.
And what's Hornets as it is going to be discounted.
And Hornets, yeah.
They've got Stingray back on the team.
Yep.
They've got Rover back on the team.
Like, seriously, Stingray is, as far as I'm aware, and I know they didn't really mention it on the Not Quite a Sport stream, but honestly, he is probably one of the most underrated captains ever.
Yeah, I was on that stream. I actually said I rate Stingray. I rate him highly.
Yeah, I rate Stingray extremely, extremely highly. So it'd be fun to see him, and I think it's going to be a really cool competition. You know, for people who are normally tuning in to watch us with our Zeltec streams, we do have a lot of mixed teams this year as well. So there are a lot of teams from. Sorry, I'm trying to do multiple things at once. We have, you know, teams who are mixed. So like my team, Reunion.
Both our teams.
Yeah, your team as well. You know, I've got representation from 3 states.
Yes.
You know, so
most mixed.
I have the most mixed teams. So
yes, but good start from Apex here. Again, we're seeing with the pack points and the best up. So they played well last game. Oh, this time.
Mad Cans.
The experienced Mad Cans, but there was a chance for Benson to get a tag because he looked away and Benson just dived at the wrong time. So that could have been
It could have been very, very spicy for Mad Cans there, but I mean,
and I didn't see Mad Cans a termination.
The Mad Cans has indeed scored a termination, so that's our second termination of the competition.
And not normally you see from Mad Cans.
No.
So
look,
the
the interesting bit is even though this isn't going to count towards any national statistics or anything like that, how serious do you think a lot of these top teams are going to take this competition, being that this will so far be probably the largest laser tag competition we see this year?
I think for a few people they will take it quite seriously because I think like everyone said, you know, it's not a Zortak, it's the Rumble, it's not going to count towards you, like you said, future things, but it's a competitive laser tag. Once you get in that maze and you start getting those juices flowing, you know the competitiveness comes in and you want to go hard. So I'm thinking we're going to see some very competitive games, and we've got some very competitive teams, so I'm looking forward to it.
No, definitely. I think this will be a really good, fun week of laser tag. Normally, you know, our national competition goes about a week and a half. We're going to push it down to a week, 4 team games, so we're going to see a lot more of your favourite players on stream at once, and we will have a triples competition thrown in between as well.
I have to see this. Oh, nice.
And Potato going in green as well, and Potato managing to grab green base at the same time.
You see this a lot from the Spartans, the way they offset their bases. It's always very
They are.
methodical. It's always very fine-tuned machine.
And that's really right down to Mad Cans as well. He is just the ring general of the Sunshine Coast. You know, everything is planned meticulously to a T. And what's even really cool about this year as well is we see, we mentioned it before, we've got the reunion of the Maroons coming back in. For those who are not aware, the Maroons were the first team to win 3 back-to-back nationals. They had the Queensland dominance before the Wolfpack came along.
And had the Queensland dominance.
Now have the Queensland dominance. So, well, I want to put this out there.
Yeah.
The last time, if we see it happen, where the Maroons and the Wolfpack are in finals, and what will be even more interesting is if the Hornets make it into the finals, because that will almost be a replay of the 2016 Australian national title.
Yes, 2016.
Held at this site.
Yes, it's 2016. I mean, that was the Wolfpack's first game.
Yep.
First
nationals.
They'd been playing a lot, and they were very good already. And, the Maroons, I think, were to prove a point and say, we're the big boys here. But now the Wolfpack are. So, Maroons
have got work to do. They've got work to do. But Matt Cairns was obviously a fundamental part of the Maroons.
Yeah.
And
he has brought his new players in.
Yeah, he has opted to stay with the Spartans, and I think that shows how much faith Matt Cairns has in the Spartans team to help carry him through to a win.
Yes. So we're coming up to the halfway mark. We see the Spartans lead. Apex just starting to drop off now on their points. Spartans' Zementon base have been pointing hard, so they're really getting their dominance up at the moment, as we expect them to.
Look at that. Landstalker, 210% tag ratio at the moment. Absolutely carving it up with 40 tags and only getting tagged 19 times. So well done there. Raven, this will be her first game of the competition as well. Doing a solid job in defense, 240%.
Yeah.
It looks like that's actually Raven in the front pocket at green, but we'll go to green.
And that was just taken by Marmaduke, who is Stormy Boy, we believe. We have come to the conclusion of. So, yeah, we talked about Apex before, listening about how they improved their game to finish in the spots they should be finishing. So, they had a good first game. They almost took the win. I'd like to see them push Spartans, really push them and show them that they're here to mean business.
Absolutely. And I think this is the thing. With this type of competition, with this arena, the way it's set up as well, it's a very fast-paced arena.
Yeah, fast-paced.
There's not a lot of wasted space in this arena. We will see the majority of it get used. However, in saying that, this is an arena where you can get from one base to the other very, very quickly.
Very quickly, yes.
So you really need to keep that pace up for the full 12 minutes if you are going to have any chance against some of these top teams.
Yep. Now, I thought I just saw a ref after someone there, but I can't be sure. Now, we see Apex taking another base here. So right now, they seem to be trading bases as the Spartans get them. So they had a bit of a slow period there, Apex, but now picking it back up again.
Looks like the Spartans are currently going for green at the moment. Green are currently holding them out. We'll see there on the cameras. Oh, that was a pincer maneuver from both doors, setting themselves up in the box.
Yeah, that's an interesting play here with green base, because it's one of the few mazes that we've seen lately where you can see through 2 doors from where you can be at the one door and defeat the other people coming in, because you can see right through that door. Right to that alleyway. So it makes it a very interesting base, as we see Zeropa going for green.
Zeropa gets his green comfortably, but however, in that exchange as well, the Spartans did lose one of their own bases too. But they still about 2,000 pack points up on just normal pack on pack. And they've also got a base in hand. So a nice handy 5,000 point lead at the moment for the Spartans.
Seeing Lightning just struggling a little bit here, but they are against 2 very good teams. The Spartans, obviously, and the Apex, even though have been out of it, have got good players. So, Lightning, this is a new competition for them. So, this will be a bit of a tough game for them.
Sorry, I was just going to say, what do you think about that? Out of curiosity.
We've seen it a couple of times. My issue with that hole is if one gets cracked out, the other gets cracked out.
And that's how it happens. Boys, that was.
Even they come.
It's like we tried to like.
I
don't- or something.
It might be a profit, but you know, that is the problem with that defense. If you lose one, you're going to lose two, and it happened again. So, you know, you've got to have exceptional comms from the outside players if you're going to hold that.
Yep.
So it's an interesting thing I've seen teams do, but I personally I don't see the point here, only because, as you said, it's a fast maze. People are moving in and quickly, so there's too much going on to be able to. It can't just be static like in Dahl we saw last year. You can just sit a person and just look at that door and not do anything for 10 minutes. Where in this, you've got to be so aware of everything else, people moving around. So I'm not a fan of that setup. Now, they've still got two inside at the moment at Blue Base, but that player has moved to the back door. So now it's a bit of a wider defense, but it's still two inside.
And you can see that on the cameras above us as well. So you got your main camera. So that's the guy underneath the base. That's the front door there. And the camera to the bottom left, that's actually looking out the back door in a spot we call Wax's. Wax from the Wolfpack loves that little spot there.
I see Raven going for
Green base.
Disney.
Oh, gets the knife from the back door.
Well done, Disney.
Very, very important with Green base as well. This backdoor area. So you want to see Disney, he's what dived straight across that back door, gone straight towards that wall, and they can literally reach out and take the box.
Yeah.
Now the thing is that box is reflective as well.
Yeah.
So even if someone's actually right up, you've got to tuck right in the back of the box. You can't be floating towards the middle or anything like that. Because they just got to hit. That's it. It's game over.
Yeah. So 30 seconds, only 10 seconds ago, sorry. So this is game over. Spartans did what they needed to, but again, well done from Apex.
No, Apex has really
come here to play.
They have, and they've proven that. They've had a couple of difficult games tonight. But I don't think the Spartans can walk. I mean, look, the Spartans can walk away from that game going, you know what, guys? We did our job. We did what we needed to do. No drama at all. But I think Adelaide can walk away with a bit more than that. I think Adelaide can walk away going, you know what, we pushed the Spartans. And I think that's, well done to Adelaide. Lightning, obviously, they're a new team. They're a bit of a throw-together team. I think they've got two different states being represented there.
Yeah, and I think Disney used to be a Tassie player, and I think that's what he said. So, a new team. And an inexperienced team as well, and so that's going to hurt them a bit in games like this. Once we get into the pool games, I think they'll improve a bit there.
Yeah, definitely, I think you're very much correct there. So, but it's only night one, and plenty more games to go.
Yes, so